He was only 8 years old, just a boy, when he was crowned King of Judah. But what he did in his short life would shake a nation and turn the hearts of the people back to God. His name was Josiah, a name that once meant hope, restoration, and revival. But somewhere along the way, that name became a warning. And today, we ask the hard question, who really was this king?
Josiah was the son of Amon, a wicked king. His grandfather, Manasseh, one of the worst rulers in Judah's history. Evil ran deep in his bloodline. Idols, bloodshed, sorcery. His family had turned their backs on God. But Josiah was different. At 16 years old, he began to seek the God of his ancestor David. Not idols, not tradition, but Yahweh. By the time he turned 20, he started tearing down the high places. He smashed idols, burned pagan altars, and ground the bones of false priests into dust. He didn't wait for the priest's permission. He took the kingdom by the throat and declared, "We will return to the Lord."
Then something remarkable happened. While repairing the temple, the priest found a dusty old scroll, the Book of the Law. When they read it to Josiah, he tore his royal robe and wept, because in that moment, he realized just how far the nation had fallen. He could have ignored it. He could have made excuses. But instead, he repented. He called the entire nation together, men, women, and children, and read the words of the covenant out loud. That day, Judah turned back to God. For the first time in generations, Passover was celebrated again the right way. He restored the temple. He revived true worship. He brought back the fear of God.
But then, a twist. At the height of his power, when everything seemed to be going right, Josiah made a decision that would change everything. Egypt was marching to war. Pharaoh Necho had no quarrel with Josiah. But Josiah, bold and burning with zeal, marched out to fight him anyway, even though Pharaoh warned him not to, even though God himself told him not to interfere. Josiah refused to listen. He disguised himself, went to battle, and was struck by archers.
He died tragically at just 39 years old. The revival died with him. His sons became wicked, the nation returned to idols, and soon after, Judah was conquered, the people were exiled, Jerusalem destroyed. So why people name their child Josiah? Not because Josiah was evil, but because his story is a warning.
A reminder that you can start well and still end in disobedience. You can do everything right and still fall through one act of pride. You can be used by God and still ignore his voice when it matters most. The name Josiah means the fire of the Lord, but fire can purify or destroy. Lessons from Josiah's life. 1. Zeal is not the same as obedience. Passion for God must still submit to his voice. 2. Success is no excuse for pride. Even kings must humble themselves.
3. Don't die on a battlefield God never called you to. Not every fight is yours to fight. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next one.